Last 16 encounter of this year's Kazoo UK Championship. Delighted to be joined by a man who's still in the tournament, Joe Perry, my esteemed colleague here in the commentary box. Looking forward to this one, Joe.
Afternoon, Ken. Afternoon, everybody. Yep, looking forward to this one. Great start there from Tom Ford. Obviously carried on that form he showed at the end of the John Higgins match. Very confidently played long red. Purposely left himself short, give himself a shot at colour. So expecting some fireworks today, Ken, from these two.
Yeah, I mean, they're both excellent break builders, aren't they? And they like to go for the shots, and they don't mess around in the shot time department either. Both very quick players. Oh, wow.
Tom Ford.
He stayed down on that shot. Maybe he thought it was just maybe slightly drift and wasn't 100% sure, but would have expected him to get that one. This is be nice if Luca brecel could get that cue ball over to the right hand side of the table, because he could play the blue and he could play it in such a way. Okay, there's a couple of loose reds, but wouldn't be a bad idea going into the bottom of the pack here, just above the black and the red. Not quite sure whether he will try that, but certainly possibility.
Yeah, played the attacking shot, but
6.
not as intended. So very quickly, that's end of break for Luca. Never ever straightforward when the black's out of play.
Luca brecel 6.
That's just helped the situation. That red just come along and freed the black. Puts a bit more pressure on safety shots now.
Foul. Tom Ford 4.
Yeah, big misjudgment there from Luca. Caught that red much too thick, but no real damage done. Long red for Tom, but won't see him taking that one on. Too risky, I feel, especially so early in the match. Yeah, slight problem here for Tom. That wasn't completely as intended, that shot from Luca, but he's blocked off the left-hand route back to balk here, so difficult for Tom to get back up that end of the table. So maybe forced into taking this one on, unless he can. Yeah, you could see he played with extreme side. That was a good shot. Had to avoid the double kiss there.
Yeah, Luca, of course, had that wonderful run to the final last year, didn't he? Only losing out to Zhao Xingtong. Such a talented player, isn't he? I mean, he's already won 3 ranking titles. Of course, he followed up after losing in the final here. Won the Scottish Open, beat John Higgins. But yeah, and then sometimes he can be very inconsistent, can't he, Joe? Sometimes you're expecting him to go on to better things, and then he might go missing for a little while, and then of course he won the Championship League as well. So.
Yeah, I'm not entirely. I know I spoke to Luca a few times over the years, and he did say to me once he wasn't the most avid of practicers, and we know he sort of doesn't reside in England. He goes back to Belgium in between tournaments, so not entirely sure the sort of level of match practice he gets when he's away. That could give some idea of the inconsistency maybe, but when he's on his game, fantastic player, and he was one of the better players last season.
Sorry, Tom. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, look at my play off these 3 reds that are in a line just above the black here. Try and get that black into play and get that cue ball back up into balk as well. He's played those reds, but hasn't got the black into play, but played a decent shot. Both players really enjoy an open attacking game, but when need be, we certainly can play some decent safety. That one's gone wrong. Now chance for Luca here, and he'd play up into an area where he could play for blue or even black here. Maybe a little early sign of nerves. Oh, that was a nice shot. Now is he on the ball colour, maybe the brown to the right centre. He might have a slight angle, has he? Maybe. Well, he's looking at maybe just dropping the brown in and maybe playing that red left to the pink spot from distance. It doesn't have a great angle on the brown. So let's have a look. And here's the wonderful Barbican audience here. Great crowd in. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan playing on the other table, but the crowds, whether Ronnie has been playing or not, has been absolutely fantastic this year, Joe. I think the new setup, I mean, you've played here and you're still in the tournament. The atmosphere is electric, isn't it? And the crowds have been turning out in their numbers there. You see the view from the back of the hall.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favourite venues to play in, but I think this year with the alterations, it's just added that extra little something, and like you say, they've turned out in their numbers yet again, and there's a different sort of feel this year in the crowd, different sort of buzz, and I'm sure it's bringing out the best in a lot of the players. It's always great to play in these sort of surroundings. Bit of a tough opener so far, though, for both players. This isn't how they sort of like to play the game, but sometimes the balls dictate to how a frame plays out.
Yeah, it might be a little bit cold in the arena as well. Particularly, that gentleman might be feeling a bit cold around the ears there. To turn the aircon down. Nice hat. I hope we don't get the weather he's expecting, Joe. This game's gone a bit scrappy. We didn't expect this and with these two lads at all, but I don't think we'll see many frames like this over the course of this match. Pink has gone up into bog, black in the blue. Not enough pace on that, so he's left another possible pot here for Tom Ford. Once again, trying to put it up in an area where he might be on blue or black here. No, a long way away. Good cue ball though. But have a look at all the reds gone all over to one side of the table. It's a bit like they've been playing on a ship here, isn't it? This is like the legs on the left are bigger than the legs on the right. It's gone all a bit sideways.
Unintended bump on the middle pocket, but nothing easy for Tom. He's looking at this straight red with a rest. He is a very good rest player, but this will test him. If he takes it on, he's got to get plenty of work on the cue ball. We'd much rather have one of these as a shot to nothing. Makes the pot a little bit easier, but I think they might all be just blocking each other a little bit. So he's looking at this straight one. Can't find anything else, so he's tempted into this. This will be a great shot if he pulls it off. Very nice. Yeah, he's always been a good rest player, Tom. A little bit unfortunate, you could say, with the kiss on the blue. Couldn't really avoid it, but could have left something nicer. But he has got the opportunity to play the black here, swing it round, bring himself down towards these reds. So it could potentially work out in his favour if he gets the black back on the spot.
a little bit more pressure on this because the cue ball's coming back up towards the reds. So he would be leaving a pot should he miss it. Oh, well played. It wriggled a little bit, but cue ball needs to travel past that black spot, and it has done. Wonderful shot.
8.
Now the easier pot is obviously the one that's a few more inches away from the cushion. That's the one he's going to play. The one that's close to the cushion is a bit more difficult, but he'd love to play this because he could stay on the black. Oh, well played. Good shot, that.
Yeah, good example there of sometimes you have to play the more difficult pot to get the best position. In an ideal world, you'd always be able to play the easiest one, but it doesn't always work out that way. So just looking now, Tom, if he can play on that red nearest the cushion this time round. Yeah, that's what he's played. That frees the black up into both corners. So although it's not a great chance, the reds are not nicely situated.
60.
At least he's at the table scoring. Yeah, I was just talking to Tom before the match started, and he said he just tweaked his back on the practice table. He said it happens from time to time.
17.
So hopefully that doesn't hinder him too much today. Yeah, another nice pot. That was awkward again. Awkward queuing over that red.
24.
Nicely played into an area. If he's just off straight here, it'd be okay. He can just run up for choice of colour, blue, green or brown. But Tom, one of them players, he just loves to stay around the black. He does everything he can. That's why he's had 5 maximums already in his career. But it's a good ploy if he can get the blue back on the spot. That'll help him further down the line in this break.
Yeah, it's quite a nice stat to have on your CV, isn't it? 5 maximum breaks made in professional competition. It shows you how good of a scorer he is. He's got a wonderful touch, isn't he, when he's playing in around that pink and black area. Never really seems to hit the ball hard at all. It just comes slightly awkward. A bit straight on the brown. Blue is not that nice.
Brown.
He's
29.
building up some nice points here. This red will certainly open up the 2. Just above it, into the same pocket.
30.
Really good rest shot. Nicely back for these 2 reds.
33.
And once again, has to use the rest again.
$34.
It's gone safe. But Luca straight away, that's a clever little shot. Very clever. It was always going to be very difficult to get back in the frame where the balls were, but that's going to help, bringing the black back into play. And he's got a slight angle, so again, very, very difficult. He's going to be trusting to luck a little bit. I don't know if he can even get anywhere near these reds when potting the black. But another one of the younger players on tour that's got plenty of cue power. Yeah, he's just tried to drop that cue ball into an area where he can just get through to this red. And looking at the body language, he's just travelled a fraction too far. So, potential double, but very surprised. It's very risky to take that on.
Luca Brecel, 8.
Very good line. As he found a gap. Little Roy smile. There might be a gap between yellow and pink here. Well, let's have a look. Is there a gap? There certainly is, but I'm not quite sure whether it's any good to him. Could try and just roll onto the red, almost dead weight. Okay, might be leaving a pot into this bottom right corner pocket, but might be his best option, this. Yeah, the double kiss. Oh, he's got away with that. He's got away with that indeed. With a 30-point deficit, Luca Brecel be keen to try and get these reds out into open play. He's wondering if he tries to leave the cue ball back up into an area, try and get it down towards that yellow and pink. Would he, if he doesn't succeed in that, would he be leaving a possible pot for Tom Ford into that left centre pocket? It's a bit risky. I think if he possibly left the cue ball somewhere near the green pocket, I think he might be okay. The brown would be a blocking ball for that red. It's a little bit risky, this shot. He's trying to use the brown as the blocker. Now, has he got it? It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. He's blocked the path, but he's left a possible pot with this red into the corner, just the red right at the pink spot.
Couldn't see a decent positive safety shot there, so decided to take one on. He left this straight red for Tom into the yellow pocket, easily to get back for the black. Yeah, nicely played. Again, didn't strike the cue ball too hard. Nice easy action Tom's got. Got into that one a bit too much. Plenty of work on the cue ball there.
8.
Took him a bit by surprise.
He was playing for that red into the left centre. He's overscrewed it by at least 6 or 8 inches. Could still take it on. There's not really much pressure on this shot. Up into the green pocket. Yeah,
9.
good shot. Perfect on the black. With a 39-point lead, so black and one more red will be enough. He'll try and get close to the 2 reds near the blue. Looks pretty good.
60.
46 ahead, 51 remaining. Just this red required for Luca to need a snooker. Well, I don't think he'll be coming back to the table after this visit.
17.
So it's been a scrappy, protracted frame. Both players showing signs a little bit of nervousness, which is understandable. But I don't think we'll
21.
see too many frames like that in this match. I think it'll be highly entertaining. A few big breaks
22.
during the afternoon. He's holding his back. He's probably still a little bit sore. I know you mentioned it already, Joe.
27. Tom Ford, 27.
He misses
And
the
first
red,
frame.
but Luca stays in his seat. So, yeah, scrappy opener. But Tom Ford won't mind that, as he takes